Yo, what is up, DVT squad? My name is Isaac Christian. I am, 2 years out of college, which is quite a long time. I was super into DVT for multiple reasons, but it actually was a pretty big influencer in my life, as I'm currently going on to graduate school right now for psychology. So I'll be studying the mind and specifically awareness, and kind of the piece that got me into that was DBT, as I use meditation as kind of a way to look at yourself candidly and kind of explore how and why we work. So that plus a scientific approach really helped me out in my own life and career. Favorite memory. One of the retreats was at the Dharma Temple, and it was a 4-hour guy. So there was 4 hours where you're just sitting there with your own noggin. And that was fun to me because I kind of love the challenge of meditating. I'm not used to sitting for such a long time, and so that 4-hour commitment really made me feel like I was earning my stripes in the meditation game.
I'd say some of my favorite memories were the DBT potlucks, getting to know everyone, playing silly games, acting like little kids, and have a space to really get to know the other members and friends that were there with us. I definitely made some really good friends during those moments, and I still carry some of the teachings and things I felt with me today.
Hey everybody, my name is Evan Vasili.
And I'm Montana.
And actually we're both part of the very first DBT pledge class ever to go through. We're currently alumni, but in any case, I think my favorite memory of DBT is probably the Palfa Temple experience.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's, you know what, it was definitely not the easiest one or the most relaxing, but I think there's something about kind of going through 12 hours or whatever it was as a monk. Between the repentance ceremony and probably doing what seemed like 1,000 vows, it was the ultimate chop wood, carry water experience. And there's just something very freeing about the whole thing and kind of participating in something so focused and just, doing that for that period of time. It was kind of magical.
Since Evan took mine, I'll say in my other favorite memory is probably the Day of Silence retreat, mostly because I survived it. For some reason, that one was really, really tough for me. I think maybe it was because it was our first retreat that we did. And it was something Evan had been saying we should be doing, or we should do for years before DBT even started, when we were going to Buddha for You. And I was like, there is no way I can ever do that. So being able to survive the 4 hours of silence was really, mind-blowing that I could actually do it. And
it wasn't as bad as you thought, was it?
And then I think I just loved the memory afterwards. We went to the park and we flew kites and did handstands and ate.
It's a great day.
It was just like a really beautiful, bonding, fun experience.
Some memorable moments among many memories were the gatherings at Love Library and drinking tea before meditation, the preparation for the 2016 Lunar New Year Festival and handwriting gratitude cards, and the last one was the arrival of the red Delta Beta Tau tablecloths.
My favorite DBT memory was this camping trip we took to Enzo Borrego, and we got a bunch of us out there. We went on hikes, we did the sunrise meditation, you could feel the sun on us, but my favorite experience from that trip was a gratitude circle we did. And everyone just opened up their heart and poured it out on every single person, and expressed like their importance to the group and how everyone brings something. And it was a beautiful experience.
I would say that my favorite DBT memory is probably going to Metaforest. I think I've been there 4 or 5 times now. I went with every pledge class, I went on my own. I absolutely love that, and then one of the times I went, we meditated in the rain. So that was really cool. I would say the biggest thing that I learned from DBT is just the importance of compassion, and just kind of understanding that, you know, there's a whole other side to things that you may not know. So it's best not to assume anything about anyone. And I think that's really helped me become a more relaxed person and just not view the world so negatively.
Hello everyone, my name's Olivia. I pledged DBT spring 2015. I want to start with my favorite DBT memory, and that's usually initiation every semester. And there's not a particular initiation night that is super special to me, but really just every semester. It's such a beautiful night, especially as someone who's been there since day one, when we only had, I think, like 10 or 15 people, to just finish every semester so strong and see the new pledge class initiated and see so many people and know that they really put in the time and the energy and the soul that it takes to become a DBT active, and knowing that they are the ones that are really gonna carry on the DBT legacy and the DBT values. And so yeah, initiation night is always a really special time and a really favorite memory of mine.
Hi everyone, my name's Maddie, this is Hannah.
Hey guys.
We pledged together in fall of 2016. It was the second pledge class.
Yeah, so we decided to join DBT together, and we've actually known each other since we were in elementary school, since we were like 5. So we've been best friends for a long time.
We were talking about DBT together, and one of the greatest memories we have is, like, I think it was the very first DBT camping trip to Joshua Tree, and it was also our first time in Joshua Tree. It was just a lot of firsts, and it was really fun. We had a big group of people.
Yeah, it was just a really cool way to connect with people outside of meetings and retreats, and just really get close to the people that were also part of DBT, just outside of school and stuff. So it's really important to remember to just take a couple of moments to breathe, and that's something that DBT taught me was just so important and so beneficial, especially like when you're working and stressed, and work stress is like a different type of stress. So it's been really cool to kind of show the people on my team how beneficial meditation can be. I'm really glad I get to bring that into my post-grad life.
Yeah, and then I would say, in terms of advice, to stay connected with all your DBT friends. Like, I know some of them I haven't seen in a while, but I try to reach out to them and message them, and I don't know, I feel like every person I've met in DBT is really special, especially the people we pledged with, because of the retreats and how intense some of them were. I feel like we're connected in a different way.
One piece of advice I have for anyone pledging right now, or I guess even if you're active, is just to try and get involved with DBT as much as you can. Really try to show up to all the meetings, try to go to all the retreats. But I was actually treasurer for a couple of semesters, which was just a really great way to get involved on like a higher level. And so I definitely recommend, if you want to be part of like the exec board, go for it. It's a really cool.
We just wish the best of luck to the new active members and the current pledge class. I can't wait to see how DBT grows, and I remember Jeff was saying that we might one day have a house, and that would be really cool if that happened.
It's crazy how we started with like maybe 20 people, and by the time I graduated there were over 100 members. So just seeing how much it's grown and how much it's benefited people just in their everyday lives, and I don't know, it's just really crazy. It's a really beautiful thing. It's really awesome to still kind of be connected post-graduation and see how many more people are being benefited even after I've got.
A message that I'd like to share with, I guess, the current active class and also the pledges. Yeah, practice this stuff day in and day out. You know, I mean, you're going to learn a lot of things. You know, you're going to be around a lot of people right now that are going to be kind of reinforcing those things. But really work on just making it a practice, because I found personally that it was a lot easier to kind of stick to it and, you know, live the Buddhist way while in it. But once I went outside of it, and once you're out there in the real world where everyone's going around with their crazy, messed up philosophies or whatever they might have, it's really easy to kind of lose sight of the foundations that you built during this whole process. So make it a habit, make it a daily practice, keep doing those meditations on a daily basis, even if you're by yourself. And just keep thinking about this stuff as you go throughout your day and ways you can incorporate it to kind of benefit yourself and, of course, benefit others, as the saying goes.
I was going to say the same thing.
Awesome. Anything else to add?
I was just going to say that to keep up with it after college, because life outside of college is a lot harder than you may think, at least it was for me, going into the real world. And I really let my practice fall by the wayside. And it's, even to this day, it's been a lot harder to get back into it. So like Evan said, making it a habit now and then continuing with it is going to be crucial.
Because again, once you don't have as much of the Sangha around you, in this case, DBT kind of supporting you, it does get more difficult, but that doesn't mean it's not possible. So just keep at it, guys. Anyways.
My advice to current actives would be to understand like how unique this experience is. You're getting exposed to these philosophies and ideas and interacting with other people and learning about yourself in a way that a majority of people aren't doing. So if there are terms or ideas that really resonate with you, I highly encourage you to Google those things and do your own study outside of Wednesday nights or Monday nights. There's a wealth of knowledge on the internet. We have this crazy opportunity of a thing called Google, that there's so much information at the touch of our fingertips. So in the past, you'd have to go travel to Thailand or India and like study with these sages. Although I highly recommend, if you ever get the opportunity, go travel to those places. But a great starting point is to just Google these terms. There's so much information out there, and by developing your own study, it, at least in my experience, it's greatly enriched my life.
Be patient and gentle with yourself, because we come to DBT for our own different reasons. But Jeff always says the practice of meditation is to learn to react in a kinder and more peaceful way to situations that we can't always control. So that takes a lot of time and patience with yourself, and no one's perfect, and I think that's why maybe we're attracted to DBT, is because we find a community where people accept us for who we are and our imperfections, and that we're trying our best, and the best we can do is do our best and learn as we go. So be patient with yourself.
I encourage future actives and members of DBT to listen to one another with an open heart and be curious, silence your devices, and go all in. And during group discussions, if you have a question or a thought but hesitant to speak out, I challenge you. I challenge you to go ahead and share it with the group. Someone in the room may be feeling or thinking the same thing, and your experience is valuable.
And the biggest piece of advice I would give for someone in DBT is to go to everything, attend everything, really challenge and push yourself. I think for me, there was so many things that I would have never thought I could do prior to joining DBT. One of them was being elected as Pledge Class president and president of the entire organization. I hated public speaking. I hated putting myself out there. All of that was really uncomfortable for me. So I would definitely recommend just really pushing yourself, trying to do things that you wouldn't normally do, because the benefits are unbelievable. I'm so confident and comfortable public speaking and being a leader, and not being so concerned about my ego now because of that. So I would highly recommend just really pushing yourself and remembering there's no other organization in this entire world, literally, that will give you the benefits that DBT does. So I would definitely recommend just investing your all into it, allowing yourself to be comfortable, because like I said, the benefits are incredible.
I guess one thing that's stuck with me recently is that it's okay to have bad days, especially I'm working from home now, and I found my productivity take a slight dip because it's just so easy to not do work when you have food around you and just temptations to relax. So traditionally, I think it was tough for me to have those days, but I think this time has really taught me to be okay with having off days, and I think that goes along with the Buddhist philosophy of impermanence pretty well. And one of my favorite quotes is "This too shall pass," which I think exemplifies that statement. Because the good times, while they're awesome, they're temporary and they go away. But that is also true with the bad times. So I think that represents this time now too, where it might be difficult, but the goal is just to try to make the best of it and figure it out. So yeah, well, I think that is all that I have. Thank you for joining me on my evening walk, and have a delightful night, peeps.
Some advice that I wanted to pass along is something that I've been working on lately, and this applies to your time as a pledge in DBT, your time as an active, your time as a human on this earth, just everything in your day-to-day, and that is just trying to not label everything that we experience. I've found myself so often having experiences in life and I immediately want to say this is good or this is bad, or I like this or I don't like this, and putting it in a box or applying a label to everything. And so I'd really encourage you as you go through your day-to-day to just experience things as they are, and not need to put a name to everything, and not really need to judge everything, and just let it be as it is. So yeah, love and miss you guys. I hope I can meet you all someday. Okay, I love you.